Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Newbie in Review, where books come alive. Today, I don't know if you saw my previous video, but I did a video reintroducing myself and some of the things that I've been up to and explaining how I'm an avid journaler and how it helps my wellness. And another thing that really helps me with my overall wellness is reading. And as of course, as it should, all of us have our preferences of things that will make us healthy and happy and well. And so, in discovering that, I'm on this exploration of, things that I need to put in my wellness toolbox. And that's a term um, that's currently being promoted as a wellness mechanism in the wellness community. So today, I would like to share with you some of the books that I'm adding to my TBR for the month of April. And as of course, April is one of those months. It's environmental. It's Earth Day, so we think we're more mindful of the environment, and maybe in some occasions where we may not be. Also, what is the holiday? I forget. But Easter Sunday. For those of you who celebrate Easter, um, but it is also National Poetry Month. So I do have a poetry book. I don't have it with me. I'll show you that in the next video because that's a video all on its own. However, this video is particularly for April's TBR. Now, my TBR is a combination of books that, audio books that I'm listening to currently and books that I'm physically reading. So it's not a a must that I get these books done now, but these are books that I've started reading for the month of April. And more likely, I will probably get in this collection of my physical books, I will probably get about two of them, at the most three read, because two of my pretty big books, and plus one of the books that I'm reading is for my son's history class. Now, I'll actually let me start off with that one first. Um, I am a homeschooler full time, and although I do homeschool, I do like to integrate some of the things um, that I read into my reading list. And so, this is one of the books for his history class that we're reading. It's called These Truths by Jill LePore. And These Truths, A History of the United States, is actually pretty good. So we're actually doing the audiobook, and we're reading as we go along. Um, Very interesting book. Very interesting. Um, I'm surprised they haven't banned this book out of the schools, but so we're reading this right here. We did the 1619 Project. We read that one. And we also read 400 Souls. All of them, very good book. But this one right here, his American history class, we're reading this together. And so, yeah, if you're one of my parents that's on my Elite African Education Network, this is one of the books that I will be discussing in full detail on my Patreon page. So that's something completely different, but I just thought I would let you know if you're a follower of both pages. Okay. So These Truths. And this one is not necessarily a April read. This is a continuation of what we're already reading. I was reading before April, but it's part of my April reads as well. Okay, These Truths. All right. So let's get into the books that I do have for my April read. I have Poverty by America, author Matthew Desmond. This is the author of the Pulitzer Prize winning book, Evicted. If you have not read Evicted, it's about the same size. It's very small. Please read it. It really addressed and tackled the issues of poverty and people being disfranchised in the United States, one of the wealthiest countries in the world. Like, I don't understand why we have massive homelessness, but you know, when we're dealing with dual views on how who should pay their fair share, it we know that someone's making $2 million should not be paying the same thing as someone who's making $20,000 a year. But that's his own issue. But Poverty is one of the books by America. Will be one of the books that I'll be reading, and actually would like to do a book review on it. So I may do a book. I'm going to do a book review on one of them. I just don't know which one. However, the author was on NPR, and he talked a little bit about this book, which just made me excited because he brought out a lot of great points about what causes poverty in the land of the free. So stay tuned. I may do a book review on this one, but I definitely will be discussing it. Okay. All right. So my second book is Dare to Lead. And this is a classic. Well, actually, to be fair, I read this book before, but it was from the library. And I loved it so much. I finally saw one on sale and I went ahead and got it for myself. So this is part of my library now. And so I'm going to be rereading it in times of encouragement. And when you need motivation, you have to find those things that will fill your cup. So I will be reading Dare to Lead by Brene Brown. Brene Brown. Sorry, Brene Brown. She has other books that are really good. And a lot of great quotes in here. Just let me give you a little bit. Leadership is not about title, status, or wielding power. A leader is anyone who takes responsibility for recognizing the potential in people and ideas and has the courage to develop that potential. And then saying that, it says, how do you cultivate bravery, more daring leaders, and how do you embed the value of courage in your culture? And just this book was brought to my attention, I want to say, in 2015. And it was such a good book. And I incidentally fell into the book discussion, but when I realized, how great the book was, I rushed out to the library and I got it for myself, and I read it on my own. And so I saw it on sale. I had to get it, and that's the story. So, and I think this book right here is very fitting right now, for everything that we have that we're dealing with in the world. Is that, you know, being a leader and not being a follower, is a big component to, discovering who you really are, right? Because I think everyone's born to lead, but what are we leading? Who are we leading? And what is our cause, right? So I would definitely be sharing some of my thoughts on this book right here in particular. Born to Lead by Brene Brown. Okay. So with that, this is my last physical book that I have on my April TBR to read. And I bought this book a while ago. However, Um, this is not the original copy. So I ended up buying this book, and something happened to my original copy, and I had to buy it again. And so I think I got this for like a couple of bucks. I was very fortunate because the original book I got, it didn't have this seal on it. I literally got the book when it came out. Didn't have the chance to read it. And honestly, I couldn't even tell you what happened to it. I just know I don't have it anymore. So I there's a TV series, and don't quote me, I don't know which network is on, based on this book. And I saw a preview on television. And I'm horrible with keeping up with networks because it seemed like everybody have a network now. So I'm horrible at keeping up with networks. But when I saw that, it reminded me, um, about the book. And based on that one episode I saw, and I only sat down and watched it for like maybe 15 minutes, um, because as always, I like to read the book before I see an actual movie or a series or something like that, so I can do a good comparison. I have in my mind how the characters look as opposed to what someone's telling me how a character should look. So when I finally see something, oh, okay, okay. Well, it wasn't exactly what I thought it was, but okay, I'll go with it. So, but anyway, to make a long story short, this book has a TV series, and I don't know the network. When I do find out the network, I will definitely let you know. But the book is A World on Fire. Amanda Foreman. Okay. And I started reading this, I would say April the 1st, which was a Saturday. This is when I pulled the book. And I didn't have much time to read it because, of course, I had a busy day. But, it was just one of those things like, you know what? This talks about the Civil War, which is one of the eras that I love reading about, that in WW2. Um, find it very interesting. And yeah, so I'll be delving into this one. Now, I can't promise you that I will finish this month. However, if you would like, when I'm done, I can post a review on my thoughts of the book. Um, and I can do that. So, A World on Fire, Britain's Crucial Role in the Civil War. So, I have one more book, and it's a biography slash poetry book on Fearless Weekly. And I'm not going to share that with you. That's going to be a video on its own, because I really would like to take a deep dive into the book and share some some of the things that I read about Miss Wheatley. And so yeah, so that will be possibly my next review on books or books that I'm reading. But either way, I will share with you. So I just want to tell you thank you for joining me today, and watch out for the book reviews. Now, I'm be honest with you, I don't know if I'm going to do them all at once or if I'm going to take one book at a time and do a separate video for all of them, or if I would do it all three of them at the same time. More than likely, I can probably get these two books and do a review of them together, but the contrasts are very so different. And when I review, I like to get into the whole subject, like the whole topic. Like if I'm talking about leadership, and I can actually, use both of them to talk about leadership, but to like to engage the topic and share my deep thoughts on um, my thoughts of the book. So we'll see. We'll see how they go. But um, I want you to stay tuned and come back and subscribe, click the bell, and follow the next book review. So this was so impromptu. Like I did not prepare myself to give you my TBR, but I kind of figured Sure, why not? Um, I keep pushing the date back, but I think it's time. I said the second quarter was time for me to, you know, be more proactive on my Nubian Review channel. And, not only will I be sharing books that I'm reading and what I'm discussing, I'm also going to be getting into creative journaling. And so I just had to figure out, how would that translate, right? And so if there are any ideas or any book suggestions that you would like to share, feel free to drop me a message, and I will respond. But until then, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Please click the subscribe button. Please click the notification button. You'll know when I have new videos. And my goal is to post a video at least at minimum once a week. So if I can get that started, even if it's just a random thought on a video or book I read or review, just to engage the channel and get more people um, subscribing and talking about well-written, beautiful books, creative journaling, stationery. I am like a confessed stationery addict. Um, Besides coffee, that'll probably be my second addiction. However, um, hey, either way it go, join the club, join the chat, and let me know what you think. So until then, I'll see you soon. And thank you for joining the Nubian Review, where books and stationery come to life. Bye bye.